John 6:35 reads, "Then Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." In the ancient Middle East, bread was a staple part of their diet, and it was the most reliable source of energy for the body, and it was readily available with very little preparation. For the Israelites in particular, the bread was considered a special food because of its religious connotations. In the tabernacle and later the temple, there was a table of showbread in the holy place, and that symbolized God's desire to fellowship with his people, as well as the bit of manna that was hidden in the Ark of the Covenant in the Holy of Holies as a symbol of God's provision. When Jesus used the phrase bread of life and bread from heaven, most would immediately think of the story of manna. God gave manna to the traveling Israelites when they were in the wilderness to save them from starvation. In a similar way, God gave us Jesus to save us from certain death by separation from him. Jesus wasn't trying to draw a parallel to Moses, but he taught that the bread of life is greater than the manna that their ancestors received under Moses. His declaration came shortly after the feeding of the 5,000, a miracle that became an object lesson about the greatness of Jesus. The manna God provided through Moses satisfied only temporarily, but what Jesus was offering, his very life, satisfies us eternally. Jesus offers himself to all who believe in him, an invitation to fellowship that isn't restricted to just the priests, as the showbread was, but is open to all. In the Last Supper, we are reminded that Jesus' broken body secures our place at God's table. As bread becomes a part of our bodies and gives us energy, so Jesus becomes part of us when we believe in him and open access to fellowship with God. The bread of life invites us to feast on him. So today's challenge. Many people try to fill the void in their lives with more stuff. We all do it. More shopping, money, more food, etc. But we're always left wanting more. As Christmas draws near, let's examine our hearts and our desires. Do we crave more stuff, or do we crave more Jesus? Ask him today to give you a hunger for him instead of more stuff.